20 working languages, and this is where we talk about languages and language learning and all sorts of other stuff, and we play games.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So, anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Perfect. Okay, 3 of 4.
還元一級の先というのは、本当に誰も知らない字ばっかりでしょうね。私は
Okay, we've leveled up and it is time to pick another language. Mordfar är tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek. We're doing Greek when we get back. Benedese. Her beautiful husband. Fun fact. Turkish. Hello, Shakespeare. How you doing? Fun fact, in Spanish, the word for bishop in chess is alfil. And that actually comes from Arabic. Fil. The same word fil as this. Meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is squad, and that also means elephant.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So, anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
ça, ça, c'est ça, que c'est ça, non ça, c'est ça. Sol chi sa che nulla sa, ne sa più di chi ne sa. Ecco.
Bonjour et bienvenue à Hyper Polyglotting avec Élise. Moi c'est Élise, traductrice, éditrice et écrivain avec 20 ans de travail. Et ça c'est la transmission en direct ou en jeu des jeux, surtout Geoguessr en dernier temps. Et parle des langues, de la linguistique, de l'acquisition des langues.
10-159. Haven't made a huge dent in it, but we're getting there. Okay, gonna do some Chinese now. Nej. Nej. Man. Igen. Jo. 5. Ducks are drinking wine. Bangvaz, okay, Bangvaz is duck. Okay, I have now leveled up. Let's see what the XP situation is now. 10,340 out of 12,500. And as always, viewers can choose my next language for me just with a follow and a $5 to my Patreon.
Sotto le frasche del capanno 4 gatti grossi stanno. Sotto 4 grossi sassi, 4 grossi e grassi gatti. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré, des généraux dégénérés. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré, des généraux dégénérés. Facile.
Sì, ecco, la gente, è la cosa che mi dice la gente, sempre che scoprisce che quante lingue parlo, io sempre avevo l'impressione, diciamo, di che non era così, non era tan così, ma poi, dopo di aver visto qualche poliglota in YouTube, una delle cose che avevo scoperte era giustamente che la metodologia usata da quella gente poliglota che non avevo mai conosciuta prima, era più o meno la stessa metodologia che usavo io.
I buy a computer or what? Here's another example. I like to point these out. For this word for or, but sounds vaguely like Hogun and the Hok in Hogun in Korean or Waku in Japanese, and that proves it is the exact same kind of character.
Okay, let me see.
Un chasseur, sa chambre chassée, ses chassés sont son chien de chasse.
Der dicke Dach.
Okay, der dicke Dachdecker deckt dir dein Dach, drum dank dem dicken Dachdecker, dass der dicke Dachdecker dir dein Dach deckt.
Hola y bienvenidos al directo de Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. Yo soy Elisa, traductora, escritora y editora y comunicadora social con más de 20 idiomas de trabajo. Y aquí vamos a estar jugando videojuegos, sobre todo Geoguessr, y hablando de idioma, la mejor forma de aprenderlo y caleta más.
Zwei Zwetschgenzweigen zwitscherten zwei tschechische Schwalben. Tres tristes tigres tragaban trigo en un trigal en tres tristes trastos.
Oh, I see. This is Diche Ishai Fui, which means do you want food? But yeah, are you hungry? That kind of thing. How are the boys? Cocine da boy. Posso Milao. Pote. When is it? Proteine. Totopolo. In the designated chicken eating area, obviously.
Okay, still 3 times I have to defeat him. And I don't have a whole lot of health left. This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Geoguessr Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Geoguessr Armand translated into English for the first time. And we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Monsieur. Livre. Liwe, livre.
Box
Mustan kissan paksut posket.
Maciej.
Yeah.
Ja. Sy. Vysoký. Matěj. Proč? Víte. Kočky. A. Sy.
Traxex.
Aspri petraxes aspri aptonilioxex asproteri. Aspri petraxes aspri aptonilioxex asproteri.
Ten coginio panas.
Oh boy.
Ad ferad verda ferda vetri.
Jakob. Hefed. 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 Hek. Hek. Hek.
Саша по шоссе.
А Саша по шоссе несла сушку на счастье и сосала сушку. А Саша по шоссе несла сушку на счастье и сосала сушку.
Mwalimu.
This is Arabic. And it's from Mu'allim.
Juma ni mwalimu mke.
Ирак чима в чипах чемп чавю ченчи чини. Чирак чима в чипа да, чирак чима в чипцах чемп чавю ченчи чини. Бакакит алшит. Хикрин. Бакакит алши хикрин. Akakitsalshi krikrips.
Oh, things speak cat sounds. Meow and the pictures of the fish. That's they were proud.
Sööpä. Kupu. Yrittävä. Puraista. Omena.
Are in the city center.
And it's got some interesting aspects to it.
여자는 어느 나라에 있습니까? 여자는
Hello and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. I'm Elise, translator, writer, and editor with 20 working languages. And this is the stream where we're going to play some Geoguessr, and we are going to look at some YouTube language learning stuff, the good and the less so. Now, I see we don't have the Geoguessr open. And just... there we go. Okay, there we go. Let's get stuck in. Set a personal record yesterday. Maybe we might set another one today. Okay, let's see where we end up. My best score is 24,906. Let's see how we do this time. Okay, immediately this feels very North America. Yeah, the do not enter signs, the street names. Let me see what Sussex and Whitcomb. Pretty standard names that don't really say a whole lot to me. Is that rewilding, or like intentional rewilding, or is that just a lack of maintenance? Oh, we got city bus stop. Nice. Let's have a look. Can we get in there close enough? GRTC. That does not tell me anything. How's everybody doing, chat? Okay. 804 area code. I don't know if that tells me. Is that a toll free? Or is that an actual number? Okay, that's just a dead end, as the sign says. Let's see if maybe we can find... Ah, Jotambe. Es una situación bastante complicada. Speed limit, okay, we are in the US. Es potir també que és una situació de merda, ma. Però no pot falar més detalladament. Hospital. Adopted Street. VCU. Viet Cong University. Virginia Central University. Vesicular Cramping University, perhaps. Okay, West 360. That's a state route, but it is one of those really nondescript ones. There are multiple states that have that, unfortunately. Okay, but here we have a government building. Those can be very helpful. Oliver Hill Courts Building. Is that Indiana, maybe? On the left? Hard to say. I mean, maybe Wisconsin it could also be. Hard to... Healthcare laundry services. Oh god, healthcare related laundry services. That's a fucking job. You could be sure. People doing that job are not getting paid enough. I mean, fuck, nobody is, but... I mean, that's like the nastiest fucking laundry set. Work you can be doing. Lumber Sales Corp. Not very helpful. Domestic uniform rental. Aramark, the people who make food for, who supply shitty food for prisoners. Richmond Community Action Program, okay. So VCU could be, I guess, Virginia Capital University or something. VCU, yeah, okay, there we go. Churchill, Whitcomb, and Sussex we're after. Virginia Commonwealth University, there we go. That's what it is. port. Commerce Road, Swansboro, Midlothian Pike. Forest Hill Pickleball? What the hell is pickleball? Interesting concept. Oh, Poe White Park. Okay, that neighborhood we were just in did not really have the feel of a place that would have a country club nearby. Parkwood. Oliver Hill Way. Okay. Oliver Hill Court. There we go. Okay. So we're near it. Whitcomb Street. Fairfield. Whitcomb. Okay. So this is by, well, the area of Whitcomb and Fairfield. Okay. So, getting off to a good start here. Sussex. Oh, Sussex. That's right. Sussex and Whitcomb. That's what it was, wasn't it? 17 meters. 5,000. Perfect score to start out. Okay. Let's see. What have we got here? Pretty sort of forested area. I immediately think of Japan because of these narrow roads. And the mountains too. Sort of a Japan feeling to it, but I don't know, some of these leaves make me think maybe further south. No, that's just a reflector. Kumakara Chaya Toka. Yeah. This is Japan, I'm pretty sure, because the spelling, the kanji that was used for the dai or tai was not the traditional character, it was the Japanese simplified version. だから一応日本かと思います。じゃあ先進んで日本のどこなのかちゃんと熊柄ちゃん、桜花林、桜かりんとかではでも本当に日本なのか。中華民中華民国 OK 違うね。これは日本なんかじゃなくて台湾なんだよね。つまりさ手机拱顶とかやっぱり台湾なのよね。でも台湾のどこなのかそれが問題なんですよね。だってさ台湾私あんまり知らないから。ダークチューカフェ台湾ね。どっかのど田舎なのよね。I'm gonna just take a very quick break. I will be right back. Hi, and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. I am Elise, translator, editor, and writer with 20 working languages, and this is where we talk about languages and language learning and all sorts of other stuff, and we play games. This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Geoguessr Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Geoguessr Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Perfect. Okay, 3 of 4.
El hospital
還元1級の先というのは本当に誰も知らない字ばっかりでしょうね。私は
Okay, we've leveled up and it is time to pick another language. Mord är tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek. We're doing Greek when we get back. Benedese. Her beautiful day. Fun fact. Turkish. Hello, Shakespeare. How you doing? Fun fact, in Spanish, the word for bishop in chess is alfil. And that actually comes from Arabic. Fil. The same word fil as this. Meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is sword, and that also means elephant.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Ça, ça, c'est ça, ça, che c'est ça, non ça, c'est ça, sol chi sa che nulla sa, ne sa più di chi ne sa. Ecco.
Bonjour et bienvenue à Hyper Polyglotting avec Élise. Moi, c'est Élise, traductrice, éditrice et écrivain avec 20...
Okay, and I'm back. As I said, complicated situation going on over here, and I had to just check in. But we're still in Taiwan someplace. 小心落实筷子通过 falling rocks. Definitely something to be careful about. The longer we go on this, the more I'm convinced that this is not going to be a perfect score on this one. So I haven't actually seen anything. Well, that tells me, as someone who doesn't really know Taiwan, where in Taiwan we are. I mean, it has sort of a national parky kind of feel to it. Hui Xin, Hui Sun, Sun Bei Gang. Da Xue Shan. We've got a national park called, what would that be? Taigong? Kumakara toka? genre. Långpann. Sköting. Malwar. Non-run. Geopung. We got. There's another sort of. Oh, has a very national park sort of feeling to it. So let's see if there's something. Water running upward, that's kind of neat. Just some highly magnetic area. Some place in Indiana that's like that too. And I think the Wisconsin Dells as well. We'll just say around here. Probably, yeah, totally the wrong end. Totally the wrong end of the island. But 4307, not too bad. Not too bad for very little clear idea of where the hell I was, other than some forest. Okay. Complicated situation brings all sorts of new discoveries. Okay, yield give way sign with no text on it. Something about those numbers is giving France. Stop sign says stop. Yeah, I think we're about to find that this is France. Carré Voilon, Guerninon, Como. Brittany, in fact, I would say. Yeah, I think we're in Brittany. Saint-Renan, Plabennec, Crozon, Quimper. Okay, so we're in Brittany someplace, just those are Breton names. So that is a starting point. Okay, D712. Guingamp. Grasse Guingamp. Pluisy. Gréglamus. D712. Sept cent soixante-sept, 66, 10, Plouézec, Paimpol, Ploua, Babu. Des 794. Mayalo, Benestin. 75. C'est au Giron, 702. Mm-hmm. 715 we're after, and it's someplace in Brittany. You can just tell the place names are Breton place names. You see a K at the beginning of a French place name, there's a fair chance it's Brittany. 800. Like if it's just with Caire or Pen, par exemple, those are very Breton names. Okay, Pluisy. Wait, Pluisy. Did we just see Pluisy? Plumilio. Plulégar. Also, Tré. Tré actually is one that Breton shares. Hello, River Rune. That Breton shares with Welsh, and it means town. Trégastel, Castletown. Pluisy. Pluisy. Germanach. Geoguessr, Plouné. Guerre-Louis. Logivy. Corne de l'Agnon. Seems to be the biggest town. So I'm gonna have a look around for that. Lambérin. Langlois. L'Agnon. On l'a. On y est. Ok, Carangon, P'tit-Con, Ploubezre. Ok. Mais à cette heure, on cherche 715. Plouisy. Plouisy. Trézégny. Respect, Carinou, Trézégny, Coatrévin. see how far we are. Okay. So, Lannion is northeast of us. So we're southwest of Lannion. Trévinec, Traou, Jacob, Christ. Hmm. 712. 712 we're after. D 712. So far not having a whole lot of luck with that. Benarose, Guérinon, Ploubez, Finistère, Okay. So we are someplace to the southwest of Lannion. And beyond that, it is very hard to say where. How's everybody doing today, chat? Dinon, Deuil de Bretagne, Mont-Saint-Michel. Okay. Morlaix. There we go. Lannion. Just say someplace around here. 4912, not bad. Okay. Very scenic, mountainous. It's kind of dry, very rural. North America. Those mailboxes tell me that. Beyond that, it's hard to say. So, someplace in North America is as far as I've gotten. I mean, probably Midwestern, but it could be anywhere, really. Haven't seen anything that definitely tells me otherwise. Oh, lots of cows. Hello, cows. Oh, wait. There was a sign. Waitoa Farms Limited. Tully Belton. Huh. Could it, wait a second. Could this actually be NZ? This place named sound Maori. And this, I mean, Maori is related to Hawaiian, but this doesn't look like Hawaii. Okay. Not much signposting around here. Waitoa. Okay, yeah, definitely not North America. Okay, that's useful to know. Apparently, there are places outside of North America that use North American style mailboxes. Free-range children playing ahead. Okay, so Waitoa. That sounds very much like NZ. Hataroa, Westport, Pinakaiki, Cape Foulwind, Foxton, Whanganui, Sangara. Let's see if we can get some more information now that we seem to be getting into more of a populated area. Oh, we got more place names coming up. Perfect. 44 kilometers to Hamilton. Yeah, okay, we're in North Island and we are in NZ. 20 on the 26th. There's the 26th. Waitoa. There we go. And we learned a very useful Geoguessr lesson, namely that those mailboxes in at least rural areas also exist in New Zealand. 4984, not bad. Okay, now this feels very Southeast Asian to me. I got rainwater drums. Okay, maybe not Southeast Asia, maybe West Africa, actually. Yes. West Africa is looking more probable. Niger Delta Development Commission. Nigeria. Okay, so we're in the Niger Delta in Nigeria. Is that the Niger? That's the Benin. Alligator. Cross River. Well, there are only so many river deltas that it could be. I mean, Ike. Let's see. Is there any? Badagry Creek, Lagos Lagoon, Lekki Lagoon. What river is this? Niger, okay. So we follow that. So this must be the Niger Delta. Yep, that's the Niger Delta. That is by Wari. So we're someplace around here. Or not. Wait. The Niger Delta Development Commission includes areas, what is that? 137 kilometers away from the Niger Delta, apparently. 4560. Let's see, how did I do? 23,763, not too bad. Not bad at all. Ooh. I am going to take a little bio break, and then we will resume. Hi, and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. I am Elise, translator, editor, and writer with 20 working languages, and this is where we talk about languages and language learning and all sorts of other stuff, and we play games. This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Perfect. Okay, 3 of 4.
El hospital
還元一級の先というのは本当に誰も知らない字ばっかりでしょうね。私は
Okay, we've leveled up, and it is time to pick another language. Morfar är tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek. We're doing Greek when we get back. Benedese. Her beautiful day. Fun fact. Turkish. Hello, Shakespeare. How you doing? Fun fact, in Spanish, the word for bishop in chess is alfil. And that actually comes from Arabic. Fil. The same word fil as this. Meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is squab, and that also means elephant.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Ça, c'est ça, ça, che c'est ça, non ça, c'est ça, sol chi sa che nulla sa, ne sa più di chi ne sa. Ecco.
Bonjour et bienvenue à Hyperpolyglotting avec Elise. Moi, c'est Elise, traductrice, éditrice et écrivain avec 20 ans de travail. Et ça, c'est la transmission en direct ou en jeu des jeux, surtout Geoguessr en dernier temps. Et parle des langues, de la linguistique, de l'acquisition des langues.
10-159. Haven't made a huge dent in it, but we're getting there. Okay, gonna do some Chinese now. Nei. Nei. Mann. Yen. Yo. 5. Ducks are drinking wine. Bangvas. Bangva? Okay, Bangvas is duck. Okay, I have now leveled up. Let's see what the XP situation is now.
And I'm back. Okay, let's have another round. Okay, we've got another very narrow street, very forested, very green, quite pretty actually. Wait, what? There was like something that might have been a clue. Not really, there was a... I think that was a goat's ass. Very nice and hilly. This could be Britain, this could be Ireland, this could be a lot of places so far. Oh, we have signs coming up, that will simplify things. Okay, it's an English-speaking place. Farm Watch area. Okay. That signage is British style. There was no Welsh on it. So most likely England. Oh wait, Killygarry, Crillon Road. Not England. That begins to sound way more like the 6 counties. Killygarry. Post. Oh. Oh, wait a second. Let's go back a bit. So, tending to think, although you get Scottish Gaelic place names that sound rather a lot like Irish ones. Seamus Cox. Drumcullion Road. Okay. Yeah. Ederney. B72. Okay, that sounds Scottish. Okay, M74, A74. M6, A7. A7, 1. Oh, there's a spare bogside. A72 Carstairs Cleghorn. Actually, I think that's not actually pronounced Cleghorn. Yield Shields. Netherton. Root Park. Stobwood. Wait. Stobwood and then Root Park. If this were Australia, that would have a very different sort of significance, but we're not in Australia, we're in Scotland, I'm pretty sure. M74, A71, Boghead. Covington, White Castle. A721. It's the B72. Oh, there's B7017. Crindledike. A721. Wait, okay. B72 to Ederney or Ederney. Kirk of Shots. Carluke, Laracol, Stonehouse, Barhead, Drymen, Kilmarnock, Dram, Hill End. Alter Ferry. It's nice that the otters get their own ferry. East Kilbride, Lanark. A720. Okay. This is Ederney. Maybe Ederney will give us some further clues. Or not. So we'll go up the Drumcullion Road. See if we get a place name for someplace bigger than Eterny. We've got a 2-lane road, which is helpful. The B72. B roads are never exactly major thoroughfares. We're someplace in eastern Scotland, probably not far from Edinburgh, if you're just joining. And we're trying to see if we can narrow that down. We're on the B72. And B roads, if you're not familiar with British road numbering conventions, are about as minor as a road can get without just being a regular ass street. A701, A7. A6106. A70, B701. Murrayfield Haymarket. Barnton. Trinity. Stockbridge. Boghall. I mean, it kind of has to be someplace in this general area, just from the road number. The where actually is going to be a bit more complicated. Clattering Shaws. Crocketford. Pen Pond. black. Well, we're getting Castle Derg. Red Castle. Okay, Castle Derg is familiar to me. I feel like I've heard Castle Derg before. Castle Craig. Godry. 11 miles from Castle Derg on the B72. Pettigo. There's another one of these place names that sounds vaguely familiar to me, and I have no idea where exactly it is. Pettigo. Let's see, what else have we got? Actually, let's just say somewhere around here. Oh fuck. I was right the first time. Bloody hell, we were in... No wonder. We were in bloody County Derry the whole time. Wait, that is really annoying that they have their street numbers system repeats like that. 4061, not too bad though. Okay. This has sort of a continental feel to it. Sleihagestraat. Oost-Nieuwkerke. Kerke. Okay, sounds like we're in the Netherlands. Hoogleden Stades Centrum. Zonneheim Westrosebeke. Eber. Oh, wait, Eber. Okay. Roeselare. I knew I'd heard of... I knew Castle Durg was familiar. Okay, yeah, so we're in Belgium. Zonnebeke. Roeselare. Okay. Westrosebeke and Yper. So, Roeselare is to what direction? Sort of east-northeast. And Yper is like due west, basically. So we're east of Ypres. Ons Nieuwkerk, Hoogleden, Stade. $49.90. Not bad. Okay, this feels... Guaná. El Cebador. I feel like we're in South America. Possibly Argentina. A ver. Peligro. Vote a nadie, gane quien gane. Nadie se va a acordar de usted. Vote for no one. No matter who wins, no one will remember you. Latte vino. Cachewana. I feel like we might be in Buenos Aires, but it's hard to say. Odontología general, endodoncia, ortodoncia. Eso no me dice nada. A ver, dice algo de obra social. No, nada de obra social. Veterinaria. Posito. No me suena. Yeah, I mean, this feels like Buenos Aires, but I'm not entirely certain about that. Okay, yeah, definitely not in Spain, because it's an E and not a P. Estacionamiento. Uruguay. Estamos en Uruguay. That's why the signs didn't look quite right for Buenos Aires. I don't think I've actually been to Uruguay in Geoguessr before. Juan Manuel Blani. Parque Rodó. Aposito. Sí, claro. Sarmiento. Guaná. Charrúa, Ponce, Muñoz, Casinoni, Acevedo Díaz. Okay, yeah, I think we've got it. Montevideo looks a lot like Buenos Aires. There we go. Guaná. Chanas. Around here someplace. 49.98. Not bad. No. Fascistes. Ay. Y más destinelada. Ok. No, hasta ahora nunca he estado en Andalucía. En Cataluña pasé como 48 horas, pero eso ya es todo. Odos Aristidu. Okay. Cathari. Lithia. Cathimerina. Well, yeah, we've established we're in Greece, but I already kind of knew that. Τι κατά γίνεται. Πλατώνος, Πατρίδη, Γιατρίδη. Φοροτεχνικό. Бухгалтерские расчеты. Механографика, хирографа. Улисses. Penizero. Feel like we could be in, I don't know, I mean maybe Athens, but I'm only going based on A, large urban area, and B, Greece, which, I mean, that is the only major urban area in Greece. Ora la peripetia. Sorry. As I've said, it's a tiring week. Δημοτικό γυμναστήριο Καλήθεας. Κάμια εμπλοκή στο μακελέμα των πάλων, συγκέντρωση, καλήθεας. Galithea's part of Athens. So γράφου, Εγάλεο, Νέος Κόσμος, Πάγκρατη, Κολονάκι, Ηλίσια, Παπάγου, Χολαργός, Νεοψυχικό, Νέα Φιλαδέλφια, So it's someplace called Kalithea or Kalithea. But I'm not clear on whether that is a part of a city or a city of its own. Though it seems pretty urban. Okay. Katsovolos. Γενική Γραμμάτεια Πολιτικής Προστασίας. Okay. Oh, Kalithea, here we go. Kalithea. Okay, my first instinct was correct. It's nice to get an actual urban area in Greece for a change. Usually, you send me to some, like, remote mountain area. Aristidu. 49.98. Freeway entrance. Entering controlled access highway. Okay. It's actually handy, as those will give me a lot of information. Oh, hang on. I just missed some of the information. Okay, that wasn't very helpful. There's a racetrack nearby. I don't think that narrows it down much. Everything is telling me US so far. Okay, so I-90, but that's a pretty long road. Go eastbound on I-90. $80 miles an hour. I'm not sure whose speed limit is 80 an hour that is on the I-90 corridor. Oh wait, what was that? Yeah. Dusty. Okay. Galen. Not sure about that state route symbol. It's not Pennsylvania. I don't know about New York. I don't think it's New York, though. It's definitely not Ohio. Pretty sure it's not Michigan either. Okay. Ugh. This feels Midwestern. So going due south, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I-90 is an east-west road. Butte. Wait, does I-90 continue on? It's like... Wait, okay, there's I-94. Well... Ashland... Billings, Pryor, Grey Cliff. Okay, I know. Where? Okay. So the next question is there a Galen nearby? Okay. Junction with Montana 1, Warm Springs. Okay. So Butte and Warm Springs both. So where's Warm Springs? Ah, not too bad. 4821. Okay, I'm gonna change gears a little bit now, and hang on a second. Apparently, I don't have the window open for. Yes, apparently I don't. But it's there now. We're going to look at everybody's favorite English for everyone.
Hello, and welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice.
It's all about the input, Riveroon. That is the key.
Real-life American English. Today we're going to learn to avoid some important mistakes, so let's get started. First,
Oh, I can't wait to learn to avoid some important mistakes.
this is not correct.
That's the shade. Shade. This is my shadow, and I'm going to walk over there to the shade.
Okay, I mean, so far there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm under the shade.
I mean, yeah.
She's not under the shade, she's in the shade.
I mean, okay. Yeah. I mean, there are situations when you would also say under, but...
We don't say under the shade.
Well, it depends. Like, when we're talking about shade as in a shadow cast by something, we generally would not. But if we're talking about shade as in an object, like a lampshade or something like that, then we would.
Use in. We say in the shade. She's in the shade. Let's practice. Is she under the shade or in the shade?
She's neither. She's in front of the tree. She's not in the shade of anything.
That's right, she's in the shade. And keep watching until the end of this video to practice with more difficult prepositions. This is also not correct.
He has so much riz.
Right
I wish I had the pizzazz of Kevin.
I'm in Austin, Texas, and they have a famous saying that says, everything is bigger here.
I mean, there's not, what the fuck is he think is wrong with that?
And they have a famous saying that says everything is bigger here?
Yeah, what, you haven't heard of that? Like, everything is bigger in Texas. It's the beginning of just about, I'd say 75% of all Texas jokes.
That's not the expression. That's not the saying. I'm from Texas, and the expression is everything is bigger in Texas.
Yeah, and she's in Texas, so Texas is here. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Kevin? She's not saying that, okay, you're putting the quotation marks in the wrong place. This is what gets me about this fucking channel. This is the pettiest shit ever. She's saying everything, she's saying there's a saying that says that everything is bigger there. Since there, for her, is here, because she's in there, it's everything is bigger here. This is not a complicated thing. Why the fuck are you like this, Kevin?
You cannot say everything is bigger here.
Yeah, you
You have
can.
to say the complete expression. The saying is everything is bigger in Texas.
Why can't you say that? Like, what the fuck is are the fucking Walker, Texas Ranger going to arrest me if I adapt the expression to context, Kevin?
Let's hear some examples.
They say everything's bigger in Texas, spanning nearly 270,000 square miles.
Size is everything. According to an old saying, everything's bigger in Texas.
Wow, that's a wonderful Texan accent there.
Is everything bigger in Texas?
Bigger in Texas.
Like, yes, everybody, see are you gonna say that nobody ever uses the word here to describe Texas? Is this like some sort of Texan law?
Don't mess with Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas.
This is also not correct.
Big is when something is not small.
I mean, that's not wrong.
This store is big. It has a lot of rooms.
This store is big. It has a lot of rooms.
Yes, you know what a room is, Kevin. Like, imagine a room, Kevin. Now imagine 2 rooms. Now imagine way more rooms than that, and you've got a lot of rooms, Kevin. Why are you like this?
This store does not have a lot of rooms. It has a lot of room.
It probably... I mean, yes, that too, but I mean, I think what she's saying is that being a department store, there are separate sections, so there are rooms. And, I mean, if you were saying something as big, room is not really what you'd say anyway if you were doing that. You'd say it has a lot of space.
It has a lot of space, but I don't see any rooms. It's all one...
Well, that doesn't mean they aren't there, Kevin.
Big room. So I cannot say it has a lot of rooms.
Yes, you can.
And I can say this house has a lot of rooms.
It has, what, 6, 8 rooms. Is that a lot of rooms?
It has a lot of different rooms. Bedrooms. Those are rooms. And this store has a lot of room.
Well, maybe it also has a lot of rooms. It has a lot of separate spaces within it. Like, Jesus.
It has a lot of space. Not a lot of rooms.
Well,
Let's
maybe
practice.
it also has a lot of rooms, motherfucker.
Does this house have a lot of rooms?
No, it only has 8 of them.
That's right, this house has a lot of rooms. Does this store have a lot of room?
It actually looks like the room is kind of taken up by all the stuff that they are selling in the store, in the different rooms in the store, Kevin.
That's right, this store has a lot of room. This is also not correct.
Large. Large is opposite of small as well, but...
I mean, okay, that's correct, though.
It's bigger than big.
Is it? I mean, and see, here's the thing. It's like... Okay, chat. I think we're mostly native English speakers around here. Like, you try to explain the difference between large and big and tell me how easy that is. Like, I get paid to understand, like, absolutely just fiddly differences in usage. That is, like, as an editor, as a translator, that's a big part of what I do. I could not easily tell you what the difference between big and large is. I mean, obviously, they have the different, etymological roots, but other than that... So, like, nitpicking somebody because they try to explain... I mean, I agree that large does not generally... I wouldn't say that the difference between big and large is a matter of size. I agree with that. But, like, it seems like a strange thing to nitpick because I don't think a whole lot of people could actually come up with a clear explanation of why those two things are different.
Large is opposite of small, but it's bigger than big? First, when you say opposite, it's better to say the.
Wait. I just went through all of that, and his issue is not her distinction between large and big, which, I mean, I don't think is necessarily quite right. But the way that she phrased it...
Large is the opposite of small. But large is not bigger than big.
Okay.
Large is the same as big.
It's not, but it's not the same, Kevin. I mean, yes, they both mean having a lot of size. Not, not being small. But it isn't the exact same because the usage is somehow different.
Large is not bigger than big. They're the same.
I mean, the word large is bigger than the word big.
Example.
So jot that down.
The house is large. The house is big.
This sounds like the beginning of a really crappy poem.
I'm saying the same thing. Let's practice. Is the house large?
Yes, because it is in Texas, and everything is large there.
That's right. The house is large. It's a large house. Is the house big? That's right.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, just because both things are correct in a certain context, doesn't mean they're always going to have the exact same usage. This requires a lot of thought. It's like, I mean, yeah, her distinction I don't think is right, but I don't think the idea that there's absolutely none is necessarily...
The house is big. It's a big house. I'm saying the exact same thing. Large and big are the same. This is also not correct.
Ariana, I'm a huge fan of you.
Thank you. What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Yoshi. I'm from Japan.
He is from Japan and he's been learning English with me. So I want to say, everyone from Japan, konnichiwa!
I cannot say, I want to say everyone from Japan, konnichiwa.
Yeah, well, you can, but you have to punctuate it differently, Kevin. I want to say, everyone from Japan, comma, inverted comma, konnichiwa, inverted comma, full stop. Yeah, I mean, if you punctuate it the way you just did, Kevin, yes, it makes no sense, it's wrong. But she had a pause there. She had a pause because she was saying, I want to say, everyone from Japan, konnichiwa. That's what she was doing, Kevin. Like, it just punctuated differently, and it works, Kevin.
I have to say, I want to say to everyone from Japan.
That's
and
another way you could do it.
After say.
Yes,
it's correct to say, I want to say to everyone from Japan, konnichiwa. Example, I want to say something to you.
That's a totally different use case.
After say, I need to.
I want to say, Kevin, increase your fiber intake. I can also say, I want to say to Kevin, increase your fiber intake. But I can say both of them. It's a matter of how you punctuate it, because I'm saying slightly different things. One, it depends on how much of that is a direct quote and how much of it isn't.
I cannot say, I want to say something, you.
Yeah, you're right. But that's not what we're doing here.
No, I want to say something to you. So I want to say to everyone from Japan, konnichiwa. Example, I have something I want to say to you.
Not the same thing.
Let's practice. Do you have something you want to say to me?
Yes. Increase your fiber intake.
That's right. I have something I want to say to you. This is also not correct.
Gigantic. This is bigger than huge.
I mean, and again, here we go with trying to find, like, one of the things about English, I think anyone who spent any time giving any thought to like English vocabulary knows this. English has huge numbers of synonyms. It's the reason why you don't really have the concept of a thesaurus in a lot of other languages, because English has so many different word roots. And the thing is that there are a lot of them where it would be very hard to actually come up with to any kind of certainty with clarity on the distinction that is being made between two of these synonyms, like huge and gigantic and enormous or whatever. There is a distinction, there is something of a difference in usage, but it's so fine that I don't think most people could actually name it, and I really don't think that Kevin could. Well, this is one of the not good ones.
Gigantic is not bigger than huge.
Are you sure about that? I feel like with big and large, I feel confident in saying that the difference is not one of like degree. But gigantic and huge, I'm less certain about. I think gigantic in itself, because it comes from the word for giant, implies that it is bigger than you would expect for the thing that it is. Whereas huge does not necessarily mean that. It's like figuring out the difference in usage here. I don't fucking know.
Gigantic and huge are both synonyms.
Yeah, but the thing about synonyms is that doesn't mean that they mean the exact same thing. If you look at the fucking thesaurus, you'll find plenty of synonyms for things that don't mean the exact same thing. They mean very similar things. They mean related things. But they do not necessarily mean exactly the same thing, and you could not necessarily use them in all the same cases. Kevin needs to improve his fiber intake. That's all this is.
Describe something that is extremely big. But gigantic is not bigger than huge. They're the same. Example, the stadium is gigantic.
Is it? I mean, it looks pretty normal size for a stadium.
It's extremely big. And I can say the stadium is huge. The idea, it's extremely big. They're the same. Let's practice. Is the stadium gigantic? That's right, the stadium is gigantic.
Always with these really enlightening and memorable examples.
Pronunciation, gigantic. It's gigantic. Is the stadium huge?
It would be more gigantic in Texas, though.
That's right, the stadium is huge.
Hello, SD8N.
Very, very big. So gigantic and huge both mean the same thing.
Yeah, but they don't necessarily always work in the same situation. And I think you could probably, if you're gonna be this fucking nitpicky about so many things you could acknowledge, the usage, you're not always gonna use gigantic in the same situation that you're gonna use huge, or enormous, or big, or large. I mean, there would be interesting content. I know he tries to steer away from interesting content. Interesting content to be made trying to explore the ways in which these are used differently to mean more or less the same thing. That would be an interesting video to do. Unlike this that we're watching now.
Huge is more common, but they mean the same.
Is it?
So we say in the shade, we don't say under the shade.
We're back to this.
And we don't say in the shadow. Shade and shadow are two different things.
You can say in the shadow, though. You can walk in somebody's shadow. Whitney Houston told us not to.
Keep watching until the end to practice with the difference. Thanks for watching, and keep watching for more. Today we're going to look at some confusing prepositions. So let's get started. When we talk about the sun, we don't say under the sun, we say in the sun. So the example, he's working in the sun. Not on the sun, not under the sun, but in the sun. He's working in the sun. and we use in for most things regarding weather. Let's practice. Is he working in the sun?
Okay. We've moved away from the annoying pettiness there that is so entertaining, and we're going to move back and see what else we got here. Don't misuse will. Will does not like to be misused.
Hi there. Welcome to English for Everyone. My name's Lisa.
And my name's Kevin. Today we're going to give you an important tip on how to sound more like a native speaker. Let's get started. So, you can use will to talk about the future.
You could use it like the gain adjustment on your microphone maybe, and turn it down a bit.
It's correct to say, I will eat lunch tomorrow. But native speakers do not use will in this situation.
I definitely have used it in this situation.
To talk about the future, it's more common to use going to, pronounced gonna, or present continuous.
Well, I mean, it can be pronounced gonna, like, it can be pronounced gonna. It isn't always pronounced gonna. Sometimes people say going to. I say both. Pretty much, I think everybody says both.
With ing. I'm eating lunch tomorrow, or I'm gonna eat lunch tomorrow.
Or I'll eat lunch tomorrow.
Example. If I ask the question, what time? What time will you eat lunch tomorrow?
And people say that all the time. That's not an unusual thing to say.
No American will say this.
Really? Are you sure about that?
They'll use continuous action. What time are you eating lunch tomorrow? Or gonna. What time are you gonna eat lunch tomorrow? And you answer?
What time are you going to... I'm going to eat lunch at 3 o'clock tomorrow.
I'm gonna eat lunch at 3 tomorrow.
Wow, that's a late lunch.
Or the present continuous.
Oh, also, what's up with this, like, fucking clip art he's got there? There's something about her facial expression that immediately makes me think of Eric Cartman.
I'm eating lunch at 3 tomorrow. We do not use will in this situation.
See, I mean, he feels... God, it's like, even when he's not, like, being petty towards other, like, English language creators, somehow he feels the need to be, like, ridiculously prescriptive. Yeah, people will say will. I definitely have. I mean, usually I'd use a contraction. I'll eat lunch tomorrow at 3, or something like that. But, I mean, to say that nobody ever says this, that's just a way to fuck with people's heads.
Eat lunch tomorrow at 3 p.m. Americans do not use will in this situation. So, what time are you going to eat lunch tomorrow?
I will eat lunch tomorrow at 2.
I'm gonna eat lunch at 3.
What time is she going to eat lunch tomorrow?
I don't know. I forgot. I wasn't paying attention.
And what about you? What time are you going to eat lunch tomorrow?
Pass.
Very good. And what are you having for lunch tomorrow?
I'm having fish for lunch tomorrow.
Like, I mean, what will... You can also just say, what will you have? There's nothing wrong with... God, it's like... First of all, I mean, all these things, you can do various... You can say going to, also. Not every... I mean, like... It's ridiculous to get really prescriptive about, like, colloquial pronunciations. People say going to and they say gonna. They say both. I mean, like, the level of prescriptivism that he gets into is, like, again, I hope that you're gonna have a high-fiber lunch tomorrow, Kevin, at 3. Because you clearly need it. Because I have a feeling that you need to take a gigantic shit that has a lot of rooms in it.
What is she having for lunch tomorrow? And what about you? What are you having for lunch tomorrow? Very good. So when do we need to use will? When is it necessary to use will? We use will when you make a fast decision.
Really?
When you decide in the moment, use will.
I in a million years, I never would have come. That just does not make any sense to me at all. Chat. I mean, am I completely off base here? I'm. Where the hell did he come up with it? Where does he come up with any of this?
Example, you're looking at the menu. I'll have the fish for dinner. Because you decide right in the moment.
No, I mean you could also say I'm gonna have the fish or something like that. I don't think it has to do with deciding in the moment, because the thing is, actually thinking about it, somehow will is common in the restaurant context, as in will have, and it's not because you didn't consider it. We don't, like, change that depending on how much consideration we gave it. If I spend a long time looking at the menu, I will still say I'll have, because it's just kind of the way you do it. Or I would, okay, I might also say, like, could I have, or I'd like. But I don't think it has to do with, like, the speed at which the decision is taken.
Use will. We're leaving. Oh, give me a moment. I'll grab the keys. I will, together, I'll. I'll grab the keys.
I mean, again, I don't think that has to do with the speed at which the decision was taken. And you could also just as well say, I'm going to grab the keys, or let me go get the keys.
I make a decision in the moment, use will.
Like,
just one moment, I'll grab the keys. I need your telephone number.
You didn't necessarily make that decision in that moment. Maybe there was no decision at all. It was just a thing that you were always going to do, because that's how going out works.
Give me a second. I'll write it down here. I will, I'll write it down here.
I mean, again, this is another example where you would actually often in English say, let me write that down. And you're not asking for permission, you're just announcing that you're doing the thing.
You make a decision in the moment, use will. When someone asks you a question, can you call me tomorrow? Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow. Because you decide in that moment.
No, because it's the future.
Use will. I will, together, I'll. Sure, I'll call you tomorrow. When you make a decision in the moment, you have to use will.
No, you don't.
And make the contraction.
Like, this motherfucker, we just saw him, like, go off on somebody for trying to come up with a distinction between huge and gigantic that he didn't agree with, or acknowledge the existence of, and I'm not personally sure whether there is such a distinction, or what the distinction in usage actually is. I think you'd have to get very concrete with it. Maybe somebody's probably written a book about it. Who knows? But anyway, and here he is just coming up with the wildest, like, explanation of where will, the future tense using will comes in. That, no citation. I have no idea what the hell he's talking about.
It sounds better.
Does it?
I will, together, I'll. I'll be right back. Let's practice. Can you call me tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow.
Yeah, I can call you tomorrow. I won't, though.
Can you call me tomorrow?
I can. Oh, you want me to call you tomorrow? No, I'm not gonna. See, I made a spontaneous decision there in the moment, and I used gonna. 'Cause I'm a rebel like that.
Very good. Let's practice. Have you decided what you want to order?
Yeah, I'll have the fish.
Have you decided what you want to order?
I mean, you could also, like, okay, if somebody who's at the table with me asks, have you decided,
then I would actually often use the present tense. I'm having the fish, except I probably wouldn't because I don't really do fish. Like, why, Kevin? Why?
Very good. We also use will when you're making a prediction. You start talking, you say, I think. You're making a prediction. I think it'll rain later.
Or you could say, I think it's gonna rain later.
It will, together, it'll. I think it'll rain later. You're making a prediction. Use will. It's very common.
I mean, yeah, it's very common, but I mean, so's going to or gonna in that context. I think it's gonna rain later. Like, I mean, yes, I definitely caught that was a joke. I mean, nobody does anything on March the 32nd. It's a day of rest.
I think it'll rain later. We also use will when you talk about facts. Something that is true. True for everybody. One day I'll get old. It's in the future, and it's a fact. You can use will.
I mean, yeah, you can certainly. I mean, you can also say, I'm gonna. That wouldn't be wrong. People say that all the time.
One day I'll get old. I will, I'll. One day I'll get old, but not today. It's also common to hear will after I'm sure or I promise.
Okay, just noticed the time. It is time for me to wrap up. Thank you for joining in. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And I will be back on Saturday next at 4:30 p.m. I mean, Friday at 4:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Have a good evening. And now I'm going to think about eating something because I'm actually quite starving. Well, no, I'll have a fish. Just a random fish that I like picked up out of some